You know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. Happy Halloween. This is always a great day, Halloween. I'm such a huge horror fan, as you guys have seen with my many horror classics. But today I'm here to give you a horror top 5. Now, I have in the past given my top 5 horror movies, and I've given other horror things, but today I'm going to give you the top 5, my personal top 5 scariest horror movie monsters. Now, some of these are like sentient, so monster may be a little difficult, but I believe certain creatures should be considered monsters. Now, starting off is with number 5, Old Reliable, the classic, and it might be shocking to you to hear me say this, but I am a connoisseur of the genre, Jaws. 1975 Jaws. That movie, to me, that movie deserved just to be in my top 5, and it's in my reverence as one of the most scariest, that shark, the Jaws shark, as one of the most scariest horror movie monsters, because that creature didn't just scare you in the movie. That creature was so scary, the shark was so scary, that it convinced an entire nation that if you got in a body of water that remotely could handle a shark, you might get killed. Like, the thing about it is, shark attacks are very rare. In real life, shark attacks rarely happen. But if you watch that if you go into theaters and you watch that Jaws movie, you walk out of that theater scared shitless of sharks, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure Jaws is single-handedly put great white sharks on the map, dude. Not only did it put a spotlight on great white sharks, I'm pretty sure it made Shark Week for Animal Planet, man. Yeah, from the way the creature would stalk its prey, from the acting, obviously, of the people, from the way they shot it, everything about that Jaws, that shark was just amazing, and the animatronic. And another thing is about that movie, and I'll move on to the next one, is the story behind that shark. How that shark was supposed to have a lot more screen time, but the way they had to shoot it, because the animatronic was broken, they had to shoot it, like, they had to try to, like, hide the shark. And in the process of having to hide the shark, it ended up leading to them being able to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Giving it even more ambiance, like this interesting, like, you don't see it, but you know it's killing people. Like, everything about that Jaws shark is iconic, from the sound, like, made even more iconic by that fucking, soundtrack, that dun 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 dun. I mean, like I say, everything about that first Jaws movie in particular is just iconic. Coming up at number 4, we got Pennywise, the Dancing Clown, and the character was created in 1986 by the legendary Stephen King, and it would later go on to be filmed in a mini-series in the 90s, and obviously being played by Bill Skarsgård in the 2017 It movie. Both versions, whether you're talking about the Tim Curry version or we're talking about the the Skarsgård version, both versions of Pennywise are fucking terrifying. I mean, first of all, clowns are already a little creepy anyways. Like, most people have this kind of like uncomfortableness around clowns. You add a child-eating, razor tooth, reality warping clown to that mix, and all of a sudden you got nightmare fuel. Now, Tim Curry and Bill Skarsgård, they play it both differently. It's playful, but they play it both differently. Bill's version of Pennywise is a lot more sadistic, mean even. Whereas Tim Curry's Pennywise is playful. Like, Tim Curry's Pennywise is like a fucking hyena. Like, he's just playful, and like, it's like outbursts of terror, outbursts of anger. Whereas fucking Bill's one is just mean. He's just sadistic. You know what I mean? He gets off on fucking with you. did too, but Tim's one got off on a very different way. Pennywise the Dancing Clown, it terrified me as a kid. That sewer scene, if you go, like, terrified me as a child. It fucked me up. I'm not even gonna lie to you, that 90s version sewer scene. And even the 2007 one fucked me up because they took it even further over the top. So yeah, Pennywise the Dancing Clown is by far one of the most scariest creatures ever put to screen. Like, I think it's the scariest creature, it's probably the scariest creature Stephen King ever created. It's probably the most well-known, I think. Like, individual creature, there might be more movies that are, known, but individual creatures, Pennywise the Dancing Clown is number 1, man. And followed up by number 3, Wes Craven's the greatest creation, Freddy Krueger, from the Nightmare on Elm Street series. We all know Freddy Krueger's story. Everything about Freddy, particularly that first Freddy. Now, Freddy kind of gets jokey later on, as the series goes on. But that first movie, he was just straight nightmare fuel. First of all, you didn't even see him for a long time. But the imagery of the girl dying, of him killing someone on the ceiling, the imagery of those claws, we all know it, we all feel it. The hat, the sweater, everything about that design of Freddy Krueger, the burnt skin, everything about him is scary, intimidating. The delivery by, the actor, I always forget his name, is it London? Oh man, I always forget his name off the top of my head. But the actor portraying him to his iconic lines, to just the way, to the iconic kills that he has. Freddy Krueger is an icon. Not to mention, like, the extra layer that makes Freddy terrifying is, unlike most of the other, basically all the other other creatures on my list, you can't escape Freddy. There ain't shit you can do, ain't nowhere you can go. If you know about him, you're fucked. That's it. End of discussion. Just plain, simple, drop. If you know about him, you're fucked. The only thing you can do is not go to sleep, but you gotta go to sleep. So Freddy Krueger is not only, so that just adds another terrifying layer to Freddy Krueger, and he's gonna take your fears and use them against you. So Freddy Krueger to me will always be one of the most iconic horror characters, but also one of the most terrifying horror characters. In my opinion, monsters. We're gonna follow that up with the monster that doesn't get enough praise, in my opinion. This is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. I've reviewed it before as a horror classic. It's a movie that I always watch around this time of the year, and that is John Carpenter's 1982, The Thing. The Thing, now, as pointed out by some people, you never actually see The Thing. You just kind of hear about it, but you never actually see it. But, like, the thing about it is, although you never actually see it, the things you do see of it, you see, like, the remnants of it, of its, like, assimilation of people, and when it's trying to assimilate more people, and when it's, like, like, just the design back in the day, the practical effect designs on some of that imagery. I mean, I will never get that guy's head just on a tentacle just hanging. Like, there's some fucking nightmare fuel shit in that original Thing, that 1982 Thing. Oh my god. And for my money, The Thing holds the all-time, my opinion, worst way to die. Because this thing doesn't just kill you. Like, it's not like, because this is a body snatching type of situation. It doesn't just kill you and then hop into your skin. You know what I mean? It's not, this isn't a faculty situation. No, this thing, like, makes you a part. It burrows itself inside of you and makes you a part of it. So you're still alive inside of this thing. And it breaks you down on a molecular level, and you can feel every bit of it. When you see that thing assimilating someone, and you see their skin and shit, dude, I'm sorry. This thing, for my money, it is so underrated. People don't talk about this creature enough. The thing from The Thing, oh man, that shit's scary as fuck, man. That's the scariest. That's the worst way to go. But coming in at number 1, as it should be no surprise, is the Xenomorph, that was created by Ridley Scott long ago in 1979 in the original Aliens movie. The Xenomorph is the all-time, I think it's the all-time most iconic horror creature. One, because it's the most like originally designed horror creature. Like, we all think of that thing, from the double mouth, from the black smooth, liquidy fucking, head that looks like a mutated ant, dude. Like, that thing it's just scary looking, dude. And not only that, the thing bleeds fucking acid blood, so you can't even kill it normally. At least with some of these other creatures, if you actually manage to kill it, you can do it. But if you kill this thing, you might kill yourself. Yeah, the Xenomorph is not only the most coolly designed monster, it's the most terrifying monster. I mean, it has phases, for crying out loud. Unlike all these other monsters, this thing starts off as a face hugger, which is terrifying on its own, the face huggers, and then it goes into you and pops out your fucking chest. I mean, everything about the face, and it's scary too because you can see that thing just taking over the world quickly. The bug-like design of it just makes it creepy. From the queen's design is so gnarly. From the design of the eggs, from the face huggers to the chest bursters, I don't think there's any horror movie monster quite as iconic, quite as terrifying, and quite as just identifiable. Like, you see that thing and you're like, that's fucking terrifying. Oh my god. I mean, everything about it, the double mouth, like I said, Ridley Scott really was on one when he came up with the design for the alien from the 1979 movie. So that is my top 5 scariest monsters. Comment below and let me know, what is your top 5 scariest monsters in film? It could be it doesn't even have to be from movies. It could be a TV show if you think there's one that could make the cut. Comment below and let me know. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. You guys have a great Halloween. Be safe out there. Take your kids out. Thank you guys again. See you in the next one. Bye.